Shirley McLaine, she is such a fine actress. In fact, her very name brings to mind such wonderful films like Can, The Apartment, Turning Point, Sweet Charity. And her best-selling book, Out on a Limb, has been made into a 5-hour television dramatization that will air this Sunday and Monday evenings. And let me say good morning to Shirley McLaine. She joins us live via satellite from Los Angeles. Shirley, how are you?
Fine, Eileen. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You know, it's very interesting that, to me anyway, that in a world that by and large does not accept reincarnation, you really did go out on a limb. Any concerns ever for the criticism that that might bring?
Well, first let me say that I don't think it maybe is accurate that the world by and large doesn't accept it. Most of the Asian world does. I would say about 2 billion of the people do, maybe 1 billion don't. That having been said, I think maybe everybody at one time or another experiences a feeling of déjà vu. That feeling that this has happened to me before, I know this person, I feel familiar. Those sorts of feelings. Maybe people don't get all the way to the conclusion that, yes, indeed, they have lived before, but there's some little essence of the potential possibility of that. So I never really felt terribly nervous about that, because it is a concept that's accepted so many places in the world. I didn't
pose the question properly. I guess I was thinking in our society and certainly among the people in our country. And I just wondered if, in fact, you felt you might deal with some criticisms, open criticisms for this.
Not really. You know, when we talk about people's beliefs and faith patterns and assessment of the unseen, it's interesting to me that it is a subject for potential ridicule, that someone else's belief might not be yours. I'm not sure why that happens. I mean, that's no more outrageous than to cross yourself before you go into a meeting that you're afraid of and believe that God is there. You know, it's sort of the same, addressing yourself to the same unseen potential truth. I think the reason why I thought it might be was not only because of my own feelings of déjà vu, but because I was interested in my identity, and I was positive that on some level I was more than I seemed to be.
Well, I have a question for you. As you in your late 40s, or early 40s rather, went out on this search and found your own identity, do you have enough, now that you're so consumed by who you are and what the meaning of life might be, is there enough of you to give out to others? Or perhaps is there more of you now to give to others in your life?
Yeah, the more I find about myself, the more unlimited I feel, the more I feel that is true of other people. So what ends up happening, you have more of a dimension to share with others. I am more than I seem, others are more than they seem. If I can accept those multidimensional aspects of me, then I can certainly tend to accept more multidimensional aspects in others. So I've tended to become less judgmental and less intolerant of people than I was before, because I'm less judgmental and more tolerant of myself. I think it all starts with self. That's basically the bottom line of this spiritual search anyway.
Your location, when you went to Peru to shoot this, were you well received by the people there?
Oh, yes. Oh, they were very happy. They had all read the book, and they were more interested in the aspects of the UFOs, because that's common occurrence down there in the Andes. I mean, reincarnation and some of these unseen realities are one part of the show, but the UFO search was another. I mean, I never saw any when I was there, but what went on was even more mind-boggling. And each peasant that I met, or mountain person, or just someone who was actually a scholar, are involved with what they mean. This is not something exceptional in that part of the world.
What we will see Sunday night is, in my opinion, very unique, because it is indeed your own story. You are playing yourself. That is unique, isn't it, in this business?
It is. A lot of people have asked me what it's like. I was, after all, playing myself 10 years ago, so she was a different person than I am now. But I think one of the reasons that I found it quite simple, as a matter of fact, it might have been the simplest character I've ever had to play, is because I know her so well. I can say that about myself. I know who I am. I mean, I've got much more to find out, but I'm happy with the balance that I have in my own self-knowledge right now.
Well, I think you are a fascinating person. Let me just tell everyone that Out on a Limb airs this Sunday night from 8 to 11 and Monday night from 9 till 11 here on Channel 5. It's something you don't want to miss. And I know that, Shirley, whenever you appear, you get an enormous amount of mail. Let me give the address so that people know where to write to you. Shirley McLaine, Post Office Box 67-FOO, Los Angeles, California, 90067. That's Post Office Box 67FOO. When you come to Boston on your lecture tour, would you come to see us?
Oh, I'd love to. I'm going to be there. Wait, I just have these dates. I'm going to be there March the 7th and the 8th at the Marriott Copley Place.
Oh, I'd love to count on a real long discussion with you about this subject. If we could do that, it would be our pleasure.
Oh, that's terrific, because, you know, it's a 2-day seminar, Eileen, and we start in the morning at 11 and go until 6 o'clock that night, and then Sunday morning at 11 until 6 o'clock that night. And what we'll be doing is talking about all these things.
That is great.
And I would, yeah.
I know you have to go. We're on a satellite. We have to depend on the technology. But thank you, Shirley, and bless you, and we'll all be watching Sunday night.
Okay,
Thanks
thank you.
a lot. Bye-bye.